Hey, folks, and welcome to Mostly Harmful. We are playing Paizo Starfinder. Tonight's episode is episode 23 of our second season, and the title for tonight is, tentatively anyways, How to Slay Your Dragon. Last week, the party got some hints as to what their encounter was going to be this week, and apparently the Beastmaster for the arena they've been partaking in has recently acquired a dragon. If you guys wanted to get caught up and see what the heck I'm talking about, find our YouTube at bit.ly/neveryoutube. For now, hang out with us, watch what's going on, and let my lovely cast and Patrick introduce themselves, and then we'll get right back into the game. I'll start. My name is Dustin. I also go by the Arbitrary Nerd. I'm the GM for tonight, every night, and most nights that aren't next week. Talk about that more in the announcements. Nick, you're up.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nick. I play Dren. He's a Marikoi Solarian. He's got a blade on his tail. And
Sounds like you're at Alcoholics Anonymous.
Hi, guys. My name's Nick, and I play Dren.
I can tell you
the last time I played him was last week, and I'm relapsing today.
Right.
Stay strong.
Patrick.
Thank you.
bad jokes are bad, man. My name is Patrick, and I am playing Reich. Oh God, I forgot his last name for a second. Oren, and he's a Lashuta envoy. He's the captain of this crew, and he's not too pleased to be in this dome. However, he is plotting revenge and downfall and all sorts of skullduggery.
Two things. One, I heard Rye loves Dome. And the second thing, your voice is a little far away or tinny. Are you on your mic?
Hi, my name is Patrick, and I play Reich Oren. He's a Lashunta envoy. He's the captain of this crew. And
I heard you the first time.
hi, my name is Patrick, and I play Reich Oren. He's a Lashunta
Michael, please
captain.
interrupt him.
So I think if you interrupt, you might just start again.
Hi,
I feel like he's
my
like
name's Troy McClure, and you might remember me
fun talking to him.
from Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder.
Every time, but he doesn't because he's just an NPC. Patrick is an NPC.
I am really sorry, audio people. That's gonna suck.
What did I
That's
miss?
the way to edit it.
I almost would. I was thinking maybe I'd edit, but no, not anymore.
Listen, it's
No.
not your turn yet.
Hi, Mike. It's your turn.
I know. Hi, I'm Michael, and I play Zero, the android operative, the ship's pilot, and as of last episode, capable of dodging supernovas.
I'll allow it.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I play Shirket, a Belita Solarian, who is completely, utterly, and totally infatuated with Reich Oren.
Who isn't?
Everyone else?
I can easily name one other person.
Who isn't outside of the crew?
Rolf.
He's not part of the crew anymore.
I'd hit it.
In the face.
Was that as Dustin or as Dustinian?
Yeah.
Probably both.
Correct.
God, he
We
didn't
all
even
know that
stop at
Dustin
PAX
does
Unplugged.
have a secret love for Patrick.
What was that? Oh, Dustin does? Oh, yeah.
Not so secret.
I was gonna say, where's the secrets?
He touched my
And-
butt.
I agree with Black Rabbit.
Last but not least is me, Justin. I play Seeker, the android technomancer, and science officer. If we had a ship anymore, I don't even know if we have a ship. So, yeah.
If ships mattered at this point.
I've got a ship.
I killed somebody yesterday for doing 2 damage. That was pretty cool.
Sweet. I'm proud of you.
So,
me too.
Seeker finally gets a kill, and it's somebody he liked.
Yeah.
It was. I was really sad. Yeah, Seeker was really sad about killing the power force.
All right. I'm gonna move quickly into announcements. Then I'll do a slightly longer recap, although not much longer, and then we'll get into it. For announcements, next week I will be away, taking some time off for my birthday. / they're doing a 1-day release of Gundam Narrative. Don't judge me.
Happy birthday, Dustin. Do I get
what
an
was that?
inspiration point?
What happened?
I said, happy birthday, Dustin. Do I get an inspiration point?
Nah, you're too early. let's see. Instead of me GMing, I'm gonna pass the reins over to Justin for the night. I'm not exactly sure what Justin's going with plans right now, but I think he's going to be seekering it. So we'll see how that goes. If you want to hear more about that, hang out and listen to the after party. Any viewers on Twitch can just hang out. We start around 10:30 when our main episode ends. We go into the after party where we talk shop, talk about upcoming stuff, gossip about, whatever, boys, who knows. And then for folks who aren't on Twitch and would still like to see what's going on in the after party, you can find it on our Patreon at bit.ly/neverpatreon. I think that was the one it was. I'd have to double check. Let's see.
If anybody has any suggestions to make for next weekend or next week, let me know because that'd be fun.
Yeah, audio people, make some suggestions for next week.
Hey, I actually do cut out the I actually do cut this part out in every video. I actually cut a lot, but anyway.
The beginning's the easy stuff. Yeah. Because basically, it's all.
Once we're current, will we not cut that
stuff? I actually edit the episodes just really fast.
How come Dustin's still in all of them?
Anyways, like I was saying, give me some suggestions if you want. Not that I don't have any of my own at all. No.
You can find us with for suggestions by hitting us up on Twitter at NSTPcast or jump into our Discord, bit.ly/neverdiscord. We take a lot of things from there. We actually created the whole season 2 random chance table from user suggestions. So yeah, definitely if you want to tell Justin how to do the thing.
While we're talking about audience participation and suggestions, I just want to give a shout out to all you people watching on YouTube and whatnot. You guys leaving the most heartfelt of compliments, and it just touches me right to my very core.
Hey, let's be honest. We're not sure if they're sarcastic or not.
In some cases,
people wonder why we rip on Patrick.
I don't think anybody
Stop me when I'm wrong.
Wonders anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Also, as of episode 23, I know this doesn't help audio folks, but we do have an updated overlay. This is mostly Nick fixing all the things. So we have a non-Roll20 version, which is some lovely rolling footage for the character art, which is, fantastic. I should probably have the old character art on here somewhere, but we don't have old style character art for the new character, so maybe not. It's got some blurbs for each of the characters and their stat line, as much as I assume the players were telling the truth when they gave me their stat lines. As 2 of my players didn't remember they were leveling up to level 7. I don't remember, or I'm sorry, I'm not sure if this is still accurate or not. Did you guys increase any of your attribute scores?
Not this level.
Nope.
Not this level? All right, well, that's good.
Just Babs.
Yeah, I'm going to need to know when that happens so I can update it.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you, Nick, for doing that. If folks want to leave some, compliments, Nick would use it, and that way maybe I can get him to do more art. All right. Just a quick recap. The players mentioned that they had to kill some folks that they enjoyed. They're speaking about the Power Force, which was their first challengers in the Ritual Combat Arena, which is one of the ways they know that they can earn tokens to get out of this hellscape dome they've been trapped in, which is a lot like a universe-wide broadcast of the Hunger Games. And unfortunately, all of our players are contestants. The fight went pretty gruesome. It was a bunch of Solarians blew up all at once, and then the Power Force got picked off, leaving one sole survivor. There may have been a deck of many things and a soul-sucking card. Don't worry about that. The party gave some, helpful tips for the surviving member of the Power Force, and then sent them on their way. When they exited the arena, which is where we're going to pick up tonight, they were met by Esmeralda, the village elder. They were met by Terry, their dwarven companion that they smuggled out of Industrial Town. Sorry. And now they are amidst this area that's called the Collective. And as they had stepped out, they had seen that the different people in the area the population had seemingly grown, where there were now visitors that were kind of stalking the party, for lack of a better term. Although they have some promise of protection while they're participating in the games, there are a lot more individuals moving around. Also, for the players, in addition to more people from the various parts of the dome, which you can tell because they're generally dressed like normal people, worn down clothing that's ill repaired, but otherwise normal clothing. You get your your jackets, your pants, not the collective robes, which are basically just long robes of mismatched material. There are more members of the collective wearing this mismatched material than you saw last time. There are dragonkin, trox, strix, hobgoblins, noir, all these different bestial races, all a part of this collective. And you seem to have brought them out a little bit more with your success in the first round of the ritual combat arena. I don't remember exactly where you guys had left off last week, but I know you guys were with Esmeralda and Terry was kind of complimenting all of your ish. Who wants to take it away? Ooh, good
Go
call.
for
Good
it.
call. Esmeralda says, just a reminder, when you would like to initiate the second round of combat, just find me. I will make sure it's ready and on call.
Where's my book? So Sheerkat is actually going to make its way back to the bar because the barkeep said, hold on, I have this, the Empty Traveler, right? Is that the name of the bar, the pub?
Yes.
Now.
Yep.
Okay. And it has Champa.
I think I said Champa.
Champa, the bartender. We had a great interaction. That's what I put on my my thing here.
Yeah, you guys left a
And he did
lasting
say
impression.
something about if you guys win this first round, he was going to do something. I don't really remember what he said.
I think it was introduce us to the Beastmaster, right?
I think so as well.
Yeah. So Sheerkat just kind of walks by Esmeralda, just because no interest, and says, Reich Oren, we have to go to Champa. He said that if we win, we will learn more about our next fight. Also, they have some pretty delicious milk on tap.
Oh, again with the milk.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a Final Fantasy Tactics reference, by the way.
I haven't played.
Very, very, very subtle one too.
Is it from the good tactics?
Yes.
Yeah,
wouldn't be recommended
tactics
otherwise.
advance. Right.
Trent's definitely dying.
Dustin, who did you say Champa was again?
He's the bartender. For what?
He's the bartender. No, that's at the
he's the
industrial.
orcish bartender of the Empty Traveler.
Okay.
Although I think you did start calling them Jimothy.
Yeah. I think I just started calling everyone Jimothy.
Right.
To be, it's like team building at this point.
What are we building, the Avengers or something?
Well, Rye does have a new shiny sword.
I do want to take a minute to I just kind of before I'm assuming we just hopped out, you said?
Yep,
Or
just
did we
popped
make
out.
it?
You had some words with Esmeralda, but otherwise you guys are fresh out of the Crawling Chaos, the name of the arena.
Okay. And who took severe damage besides Dren?
I believe it was just Ren.
That wasn't discounting you. I thought that there was a second person who got hurt.
My
Your cat did, right?
took a beating, but
Sheerkat didn't go down.
yeah, no, I only took 8 points of hit point damage.
All right, so I look over at Dren. I just kind of give him a cursory once over. You gonna live?
I've survived worse.
Sure.
I kind of.
I'm not gonna roll unless you want me to, but I kind of sense motive to try to determine if you're being honest or not, and that's up to you. Whether
No, so I'm not even gonna verbally reply. I just take a look down at my leg that still doesn't have a boot covering, and it's a missing Like it's
I got
replacement
everybody.
leg.
You got
Doesn't
what?
mean I wore it.
He has a mechanical leg on his
Oh
side.
yeah, no, I know that. All right, so you're implying that he definitely, or
I
he
am
believes
not
that?
I am not doing a fib.
Okay, that's fine. And I just kind of look at him and go, I hope not often.
Oh, depends on the target, really.
Okay, well, heal up, rest up. The next one's gonna be a doozy, okay? And then I kind of look over at Seeker, and I'm like, keep an eye on him.
Sure. I
He's
look
not
at
looking so
I look
good.
at Dren with a very like wide eye, just like one eye.
I telepathically, not suspiciously, make sure he doesn't die.
Seeker spends the next minute and a half trying to take out his eye.
Okay, and
Here,
then
keep this with you at all times.
Then we can give Seeker an eye patch.
Yes.
Well, it does keep jamming, so I mean,
Gonna
It's
get
not
a
very
pirate
good.
crew going here at one point.
so I look at the party all assembled and licking their wounds, and I say, listen,
Zero wasn't touched.
mostly licking their wounds.
Sheerkit is definitely licking its wounds.
Literally, though. That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
he's also
It's
licking
like-
Rye's wounds, which is a little weird and disconcerting.
No, he doesn't. He tries and just pop on the forehead. I wanted to take a minute to thank you all for your attempts in this battle to spare the lives of these people. I think that we could have avoided it if we had more time to prepare. I'm not if their captain or leader wasn't so damned headstrong. Sheerket,
This cat.
actually proud of you for showing restraint, as I know that you're not averse to
Restraint. I
Blood.
showed no restraint.
well you didn't go for the throat immediately. You tried to
Terry-
let them
Terry kind of like taps Ryan on the shoulder and then points up at the sky at the edge of the dome, which as you look up, you notice is playing a highlight reel from the match you guys just had. And it includes Sheerkat erupting out of the ground and attacking 3 of the power forcers at once. You screaming and chucking grenades from afar. And at one point, it got as like a supercut of Seeker's last magic missile, which completely eviscerated one of the power forcers. But in the magic missiles had taken the form of one of the deceased. It's like, Terry, like,
all right, so this
yeah,
is
restraint.
this is what you see.
Audio people are gonna love that.
We could describe it afterwards. You can cut into it, whatever. Then I just kind of turn around and okay, so I know that looks bad, but I also know that there was an effort made to spare those lives. There was that bug hug.
Bug? Hug? Sparing?
Out of curiosity, is Zero missing from all the footage?
Just like pixelated, kind of like he's in a porn.
Spawned?
Yeah, but it's
Family
like
friendly
mild
values.
pixelation, just enough to be like, eh.
Okay, so out of character real quick, just so I'm not crazy, like Chris, Sheerkat did offer multiple times for him to surrender. I offered multiple times for him to surrender.
If only somebody had attended the after party.
Yeah, I did not attend the after party because I have work very early in the morning. So
None of these moments of mercy are in the supercut, though.
yeah, right. Okay. All right. I'm just making sure that I'm not getting gaslighted here or something.
You're not. Well,
right. Well, I mean, I am
you
getting
are.
You are, but you don't know you are.
So anyway, I
Fine.
say, listen, that looks bad, and sure as hell, people are gonna remember that if the Power Force were in fact local heroes, and I look back to see if there are any acts of good of do-goodery.
Oh, on the things.
Yeah.
No, instead, Saltazar pops open the kind of flamboyantly dressed undead, and it says, "That's right, folks. Those merciless pact breakers are at it again. Our own beloved Power Force, disciples of the virtuous Captain Smith, broken before your very eyes. What atrocities will they do next?" And Peppertron, the screen on his chest is just a sad face. And then it kind of blinks back out to an advertisement for they're re-releasing Crunchy Crunch, but it's Crunchy Crunch with marshmallows.
Ooh, that's sweet.
Oops, all
I
crunches.
think they captured us pretty good. They definitely got my good side.
Okay.
Look at that loving rendition of the pink Power Forcer. Oh,
Yes.
I'm surprised at my own magic.
I
And
was
there's Dren,
completely
like,
blown
based
away.
Okay.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Oh yeah, it does come back to that lingering shot of him on the
Just like the Yamcha pose.
yeah, full on Yamcha.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yay, right, Shorin. That was a really good pep talk.
Ryan,
Okay.
I know what
Okay.
you're trying to
Sure,
say,
yeah,
and
okay.
I agree. I mean, they were so cool, so wonderful, so splendid. It's just a shame they had to go out in such an explosive fashion.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sure, Cat. Okay.
Just cat.
Dren. Oh, okay. Secret. Okay. Zero. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's try it this way.
I pick up what you're putting down there.
I do too.
I do
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Listen. There have been times leading up to today where I thought maybe I was chumming around with just a bunch of murderous, and I just kind of I'm assuming Sheercat is like raising a hand, and I just murderous people without any consciences, because over the course of the past how many years, two in game,
2.5.
Probably 1.5.
1.5, over the past year plus, actions have been made, decisions have been made, and that seem to make us look like a bunch of loose cannons. But
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't your ship called the Indecision?
almost ironically so.
Wonderful name, isn't it?
I want us to just take a second, take this opportunity while we're catching our breath to reflect on why we are here. Not you, Dren.
It's fair.
I meant
I
in entirety, not you, Sheercat.
just cat.
Cat.
Well,
Cat. Why
oh, you didn't say
this
not me.
entire thing happened. We're not just going around killing people for fun, or we shouldn't be, Cat. We're on this course because a tragedy unfolded and we were put to blame. We are now enemy number one across the known universe. And we should be on a goal, a set path to right these wrongs, if for no other reason than to clear our name. And
Raish, I don't think there is any clearing your name. You're a very famous actor.
other people have gotten in trouble for things that they didn't do and got and fix the record. But I wanted us to take this moment to just think internally, why are we on this course of action, and approach future situations with that in mind. We are not
I'm not here to kill people. I'm just here to get out.
Yes, and if we can save the lives of people who are just in it like we are, who aren't murder hobos like we aren't,
He looks at camera.
then we should do that. Self-defense is one thing, but blood is something else. And I just wanted to say that I saw a lot of effort made to not spill blood. These people were not bad people, and it's unfortunate the way that it turned out. Going forward, I hope that you think that way too, because we have an opportunity here to correct past wrongs. And correct me if I am wrong, but that has always been our mission, our primary mission.
Well, are you hurt, Reich Oren?
What was that?
Are you hurt?
Am I hurt?
Yes. Did you sustain injury?
Merely a flesh wound.
Well then, my purpose is being served already.
Seeker actually is very moved actually by Rye's speech, and starts almost like tearing up a bit, like that was a very good speech, Rye. I've never once seen you act that good in my entire life, but man, it really came through this time, and you know what?
Seeker.
You're right. I have kind of lost.
If you would like to see some of his best acting performances,
I'm not saying that was acting.
it
was better than his normal
compilation. I have it downloaded onto a data file. We can watch it if you'd like.
Oh, I'd love that. But let me get back to what I was saying. No, that was better than acting. That was something real. I've never seen that in you before. Wow. And you know what? You're right. I did kind of lose my way, didn't I? And might have gone a little murder hobo, however you put it. I can't say that word apparently today.
Rye thinks back to that situation. You remember the one.
Yeah. But I mean, I've just been pursuing my own goals, and I forgot about why we're really all in this.
So I think it's time that I fill you guys in on some information. Well, as you know, no, not that, Dustin. Not that at all. I don't remember in character, or out of character. I don't remember in character what I've divulged about my plans to bring down the.
You do you.
Yeah. So I say that as I've made mentions to before, I am looking to bring this place down. Right? I'm looking to bring down the leaders in charge.
Do you mean of the Most Dangerous Game Show, or do you mean the Border Space Union / Gerson Sphere?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Starting with the dome and then going up from there. This is my goal. We start with this dome. We get into whatever communication center that we have, and from that point, as long as we subdue or unfortunately dispatch Saltazar and, God help me, Pepper, that glorious robot.
Terry gasps from behind you.
Sometimes it has to be done. And then I say, we'll have unfettered access to communications abroad. We can finally tell our story.
Can I want to make a perception check.
Against me?
No, not necessarily, but to see if there's any cameras just
Oh yeah.
Looking into all this, because he's saying quite a lot.
Well, I checked with Dustin before, and largely Saltazar wouldn't care if it's not a big television moment, which right now that is the explosion of the Justice Force or whatever their names was. Saltazar wouldn't care because he simply wouldn't believe that we'd be capable of that anyway.
Then I would look for anybody who's listening in on our conversation, as we're just standing out in the open and haven't gone anywhere.
Roll
Yeah,
perception.
Dustin, just as a heads up, that was all based off of what you had told me. So if
No, yeah. You have no cameras in sight per se, and the camera reel is pretty focused. But just so you know, it doesn't have to be like live footage. So
23.
Yeah.
23. Yeah, you take a quick look around. No cameras. Saltazar didn't have any interest in seeing you guys as victors. That doesn't really fit his
MO.
the image he's trying to put out of you guys. However, there are definitely people who are watching you. I wouldn't say they're close enough to listen. I don't think that's necessarily their goal. But you do have most people who are not wearing collective robes. Call it a dozen odd people, and like where you can see Dren, do watch you guys.
Okay.
Okay, and then this is important. Oh yeah, go ahead.
You're saying a lot of great things right now, Rye. But perhaps we discuss it in more of a private location. Best not have anybody listening in on your plans to bring down this very dome.
I don't care much, but that's fine. Can we fast forward to that safe location?
Yeah, you guys can kind of duck into a quiet corner of the Empty Traveler. It's not a big tent, but you guys being a group of 6 at this point with Terry, you're able to kind of cordon off a little corner so Rye can kind of finish his discussion hunched over a table.
Okay, so at that point in time, I start to divulge more information. I reiterate because I don't know if I told them before.
I don't think so.
I had talked to that Watertown group or whatever it was.
Water's Edge.
Water's Edge, and informed them that we were not who they thought, blah, 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 and vested interest in helping them out, excuse me, as well as, you know, obviously helping out Timmy or Teddy or whatever his name is.
Terry.
And then I say, in addition, I spoke with the leader of the group. I forget their names because they said multiple ones.
Power Force.
And hopefully we'll be able to utilize him in our plans as a resource. On top of that, I can't say quite yet how, but like unconsciously, he reaches his hand over towards his gun and just rests his hand on his gun, just like not so much like he's ready to take it out or anything. It's almost like he's pushing it to suppress it, like push it against his hip. And Rai says, but I have it on good authority that not only is the keeper of the things Nat 6, and I look over at Seeker and Zero, but on top of that, I have additional information that he is in hiding. He was originally part of a group of 4, Nats 6 through 9, and for whatever reason, God damn it, that was fun until I saw Dustin laughing.
Well, that's the second time Dustin's been broken tonight.
And so I say,
they're all low-hanging fruit too.
So I say, I don't know why he's in hiding. I don't know the backstory, but I know that he never goes anywhere without Nats 7 through 9. They're not here, and he's not bringing any attention to him being who he is. My assumption is that he's hiding from them for whatever reason. If we're able to figure out any additional information on that, that would be helpful. Clearly, I sounded like a loon in combat shouting out to the sky. It was him that I was shouting out at. He knows I know something, and we can use that as leverage against him. My plan to have someone, possibly not one of us, slow Panda Terry. Oh yeah. Well,
he looks back.
Huh?
He looks back, unperturbed.
Yeah. Have this information not be with us the next time that we speak with Was Terry with us when we first met the Keeper of the Things or whatever?
Lord
No,
of
you
the
met him
Things, we met Terry
immediately
right
following.
afterwards. Yeah.
Okay, and Terry's not been involved in any of our camera shenanigans.
No, Terry has not been seen on camera with you guys.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe we wouldn't use Terry anyway. Anyway, so my plan is to have a person previously unknown to us have this information provided to them and send them off to some location elsewhere. And when we meet with the Keeper or Lord of the Things, we'll inform him of this. And that way, if anything were to come to us, any harm were to come to us in this dome, word will get out. We might be dead, but he'll have a fate worse than that not far behind.
What if I told you I could hook you up with that person?
Listening.
Well, you want to know where your friend Miller went, right?
Still
Let's just
listening.
say, I know a guy, and so did he.
Not an answer. Still listening for an answer.
Does the name Sal ring a bell to you?
Which
I
one?
meant like 3 Sals.
Terry, do you mean Captain Sal of the Ouroboros? Man, she is so cool.
That's not the one.
Oh.
Or the dirty guy Sal that gave him a bunch of jobs.
That's the one.
He wasn't dirty. I'm sorry. That's out of character.
He was a Yosoki, so as far as Rai's concerned,
It's true.
No, I'm okay with the Yosoki.
yeah, they're just dirty.
There's only, well, actually, one of them's really clean now because he doesn't have any fur that could be dirty.
Yeah, he can shower and towel off.
It
now.
never really came up, but Miller was obsessive compulsively clean. He only had like a bulk of like 4 carry, and one of his bulk was the hygiene kit.
Yeah. I think when we started, we all had a hygiene kit, except for Bro. I gave him one.
And then he gave you dirty laundry.
Yeah, which got this cool ass stone.
Moving on, if you'd like to find out what nonsense they're talking about, check out season 1 on YouTube.
So
Not right now.
Okay, what about Sal?
You need somebody in a location that's not where we are with this information. He's, I've worked with him in the past, let's just say. Real good at keeping secrets, that one.
Do we have the ability to, Dustin, do we have the ability for off-world communication?
Quite the opposite, in fact. No.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not a bad idea for after we get off of this rock. But in the meantime, we need to find someone, another prisoner that we can confide in.
Well,
We don't even have to give them the information. We just need to have
I'm sure the Lord of the Things could probably help us out there.
the Lord of the Things will help us
Communicate
blackmail the Lord of
off-world.
If I might
He can
interject,
dig his own grave.
I might know maybe a reason why he might be that way.
Slow pan to Seeker.
Yes. Okay, well, I guess I'll be a little bit more honest with you guys after this heart-to-heart we've had. Well, you all know that, yeah, I have been mixed up with the well, maybe you two don't know, looking at Dren and Sheerkat. I've been mixed up with the Nat line, and that's because, well, yeah, I maybe am one. Yeah, yep, definitely am one.
And
As
then,
you obviously still know.
and then you just see Rai go, finally.
And
I'm under the impression you told us when we fought Nate.
yeah, it's not like anything new.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought
Yeah,
it was
not
still
really.
No, that much has been known.
But
Oh.
I do know a little bit more, and well, I mean, obviously they're part of an assassin, conclave, and you kind of can't leave, or else you get killed, which is why everybody's after me, and maybe why Nat 5 was it 5?
You talking about Nate?
Yeah, no, not Nate. The Lord of the Things
6.
didn't really want to kill me on sight like Nate did. So
Dustin.
perhaps he left and they're after him now?
Dustin,
Yes.
side chat to Hangouts.
Yeah, that goes great on stream.
No other way to do it except for telling everyone to take off the goddamn headsets, and I'm not about to do that.
Is it something the viewers would like to hear? Because it might be worth everyone
Could
taking their
be.
headsets off.
Okay, everyone take off your headsets.
No, the answer is no, and that's a question that you don't need to ask. No, the answer is no, Patrick.
Okay, in the party, they don't know? The party
Technically,
members?
no one knows, including you.
Yeah, dude.
Nope.
I thought you said.
Can confirm, you certainly do not.
Okay.
Neither does the person you think you heard it from.
Okay. Wait, what?
Don't worry about
I
it.
can't help but notice I'm the only person who took off my headphone.
Put them back on.
Okay,
Take them
everybody.
off.
Patrick's asking for some meta stuff, but it's no, don't worry about it. The answer was
Because
no.
I didn't want to accidentally say something.
Yeah, you'd be working off of assumptions.
Yeah.
You're good.
Okay. All right. So I think what we do is take some time. Wait.
Yeah, I was gonna say no response to
Yep,
that at
okay.
all.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just totally. I took myself out of the moment there trying to figure something out. But repeat your last line again, Justin. I
It was
apologize.
just that. So
Oh.
yeah, leaving that sort of group of assassins means that you're pretty much marked for death.
Do we know
And-
that he left?
Huh?
Do we know that he left?
Well, I don't know that he left, but I mean, if he's here without the other ones that he hangs out with all the time, and if he's hiding like you say, then it could be that he's in a similar situation to me, where I'm trying not to get killed by them.
So, Dustin,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I would like to utilize this time in between is I'd like to utilize my diplomacy to do fact finding on this, whether you want to do it as that 1d4 hours thing that we mentioned before, or just
Sure. For
whatever.
what?
I want to find out any information that I can regarding Keeper of the Things, especially when he for Lord of the Things, especially when he first showed up. I know I'd asked before, but and you gave me some information, but I'm looking to, a second effort to see if I can find anything else, whether he had been here before with other people or not, and to see if I can figure out anything on those other nap.
Okay. So if you talk to people like while you're trying to do information gathering, just because of the nature of where you guys are, if you were trying to talk to people in the collective, they don't know. They're not a part of Industrial Town, never have been, don't know Lord of the Things from, Steve. And for the people from Industrial Town, anytime you go near them, they look quite threatening, and I wouldn't recommend chatting them up.
Okay.
You're not in an info gathering area for that particular character.
Okay.
Back in Industrial Town or in Water's Edge and maybe in the arena proper, all fine. The collective, as you guys have probably noticed, is a cult. Put that one together. So they're quite secular and on their own. And the people who just show up in Industrial Town literally want to murder all 5 of you. They're just waiting until you get a token, if that wasn't clear.
Yeah.
The only way residents of the Dome can earn a token themselves, because they're not considered challengers, is by taking it off of a challenger.
Cool. Then I'm not quite sure.
Well, your issue right now isn't the Lord of the Things.
Well, that's more in preparation for it.
Sure.
Because this is kind of big information to give the party.
Yep. No, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad time. I'm just saying it's not a problem you'll solve yet.
Yeah. And then I further say I'm hoping to receive some backup from the Lord of the Things as we go into this next, or before we go into this next battle, so that we can have to meet him again. What's that?
How bad can a Dagron be? I have not heard of a Dagron before.
Did I say Dagron?
Nope.
Okay.
Yes. Oh no, you didn't, but
Okay.
Sheerkat did.
Just making sure you're not teasing me.
Mm.
I look at him and I go,
Have you
Bad.
ever seen a Dagron?
no,
Could I do a check?
because I'm still alive.
Could I do a life science check to kind of know a little bit about dragons?
Yeah. This, yeah, go for it.
That's a plus 14. I got 30.
I'm so sorry. You are well. So no, you know what? There are different dragons at different ages. The particular dragon you're fighting, you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
No, again, you literally know nothing. You don't have a frame of reference. But let me take a look and see what some general dragon information is.
Probably got scales, fire breathing.
Yeah, let me just find some general info. You know that they're powerful reptilian creatures with high intelligence and ingenuity. You know that they're usually considered chromatic or metallic, though there are rarer breeds of dragons. Chromatic dragons are usually evil, and metallic dragons are usually good. This is all general stuff you'd know. Some dragons have been known to take humanoid shapes. And you know that there are like different age categories basically, and how old the dragon is almost directly proportional to how dangerous it is. And based on your check, you don't really have much of a grasp on like what they get like when they're adults, but you've interacted with maybe younger dragons that are a little bit less threatening and um, still not super common, but at the very least, you've never seen a dragon full grown or older, so you don't have much to say on that front. But you know that based on like the color of the dragon, not only like if they're kind of a general alignment, you do know they do come with elemental abilities. So I believe black dragons have is it poison? I know they did in other. I know. Well, so blue dragons. Let me say. I think I have their direct right here.
Blue is ice, yellow is electricity, red is fire. I think black is poison, white is poison as well.
Which one's activated by a trap card?
Hey,
That's the blue eyes white dragon.
this one actually doesn't say that it has. I'm looking at the dragons in the book, and it just has breath weapon. It doesn't say which energy the weapon is.
Yeah, it depends on the color.
Yeah, I'm looking at a colored, and it just says it's energy. Yeah,
No,
it
it's
doesn't say-
electricity.
Oh, E. Oh, then you got it
It's
wrong.
electricity.
Blue dragons are electricity. I did that
No.
last time too, right? E is electricity. My bad.
Is
Yeah,
it white that it's
blue's
ice?
electricity. So you know that based on the color, they do have some abilities kind of tied to elements. Just stuff that you know. Otherwise, though, like how to take down a dragon, you're not quite at the level of knowing too much about them.
Well, basically, I just answer Sheerkat like, yeah, they can be pretty dangerous, and here's a list of things that they can do. Exposition dump as if I
Exactly
were
what
a
Dustin
computer.
said.
Heavy eye roll.
Yeah.
I look at Sheerkat and I say, basically, we're screwed if we don't get some serious help.
Okay.
So to the Beastmaster then? Is that where we're going?
I suppose so.
Well, I did want to talk to Champa.
I think we had to go there first.
Yeah, we do.
We are there.
You are at the bar.
Yeah.
You grabbed a table. The bar itself does not have a table. It's more cushions and things. It's kind of a weird setup. Again, it's in a tent, but
Hey, Dustin.
yes.
I can't find my notes on it, but what was the name of the other warrior that the creepy kid really liked? You mentioned the Power Force and then some like orcish style name.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
That was 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, I don't have it in my notes either from that episode. You'd have to watch the episode. I don't remember. Yeah, somebody mentioned... No, that was the Power Force. I don't remember an orcish name.
Okay.
No, it was somebody else that would be in the tournament arena. I've already forgotten the name. It was a misdirection. I'll be honest.
Okay.
Straight up misdirection.
Never mind then.
Did you have something in mind you're hoping to do?
I was just gonna bring it up as a person of interest.
Consider them not interesting. Also, you don't have access to any of the fighters.
Right.
That you guys noticed you couldn't find the Power Force. That's going to be a running theme where they seem to be kept in some sort of waiting area that you don't have access to.
Like a room made of velvet.
Yes. Whether it be blue or red is, I guess, up to you.
Anyways, so
One's a Twin Peaks, one's a Persona reference. It's fine. He'll get there. You got it, Chris. So you approach the orcish bartender Champa.
mhm.
He's wearing the collective robe. I think his face was fine. I don't remember if he had any scars or not.
I don't
He's got a
think-
bit of an underbite with some tusks, and he's sitting cross-legged on the ground as you approach, and he looks quite comfortable as no one's approached the bar before you at this point.
Mhm. Sheercat takes a seat, curl. I don't know what
It's probably a curl. Ugh,
a
little
curl.
millipede curl.
At the bar, pushes the cushions aside because the cushions are soft.
Yep.
And, hello, barkeep Champa. I will
Hello,
have
Bolita Shirket.
a pint of your finest milk.
Already prepared. And he passes you the milk.
Cheers. Takes a long draw from it and puts it on the table.
Champa visibly shudders.
You did mention that you would provide me with more information had we passed the first round. Was that correct?
I suppose your recollection is accurate, yes.
So, what can you tell me about this Dagron?
If only somebody wasn't muted.
I know, right?
I'm eating crunchy candies, guys. Come on, I'm sorry.
Another for the real.
I did it for you guys.
You were on a 2-week streak, dude.
Do you
I
mean
know.
Dagon?
No.
He means dragon.
Oh, Reichorin is here.
Ah, oh, all right. Yeah, dragon. I'm not sure I know what you mean.
Well, what can you tell me about the Beastmaster?
Beastmaster? He's actually reminds me a little bit of you, I think.
What?
Is he one of them?
Me or Reich?
Points at Sheercat.
Me. Oh.
No, he's not a Bolita, but big fella.
Pinnacle of physical
Insectoid.
prowess?
Aggressive.
Loves eviscerating people.
Oh, Seeker, you're here too.
I've
Why
seen him
wouldn't I?
eviscerate things. It's not usually people, but yeah, he gets around. It gets around. Whatever. He's really keeps to himself. Only really worries about his beasties. He gets them, imports, or he finds them when Saltazar lets something violent loose in the dome. He's got more than enough toys to pull from. You think he's got a dragon now?
Dagron, yes. That's what is behind the grapevines. Could be very wrong.
It would be a first. He hasn't had anything that big in ages. The big ones usually get outsourced down to the arena proper.
You said that, or I wouldn't know that.
Ren is here
that.
too.
We are all here.
I count heads. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Harry's like,
Except for the invisible zero's head. I just assume.
We're.
Not yet.
I've heard that these fights usually get sponsored in some way. Is it possible one of these sponsors provided him with a dragon?
yeah, you know what? Yeah, depending on how much they knew you guys were coming here, that would make a lot of sense. People pay a lot of good money to see a dragon tear you shits apart. Yeah, all that gristle and blood in its teeth. Lovely elongated maw.
Seeker, you did not say that Dagrons had teeth.
Do you? Yes.
Did you
Of
see
course
what
I do.
size the dragon was? Did you know they use weapons? They weaponry on a
Oh,
dragon.
I've
It's
seen lizard
so
folks wield
awesome.
weapons. It's not unheard of. They're not much taller than I am.
Yeah, well, let me just tell you, these dragons, depending on how old it is, can be freaking huge.
Seeker, you did not tell me that Dagrons are huge.
Actually, I did. I said that exactly. You didn't hear me. Do you want to know any more dragon
taking
facts?
notes?
Yes.
Okay. I want to like glance over and see if it's just like random scribbles, if it's actual note taking, or if it's like drawings.
I don't know. Can you read Beleden?
No.
Oh.
So it's scribbles to me.
It's absolutely scribbles to you.
Hold on.
Um,
Shirket, you have subscribed to Dragon Facts. Please text no to stop getting Dragon Facts per day.
yes, I will. Dagron X. Turns to the barkeep. Is there any? Well, you said that this Beastmaster, and if my notes are correct, Fred is his name. You say that he very much likes his beasties. Is there a way that we could entice him to maybe not release a Dagron on us?
Probably
Especially
not.
given our tenacity.
I think you'll understand when you meet him, but probably not. What I'd rather recommend you do, I've got a couple other folks you might be able to talk to. Right?
Zero finally actually piping up for this conversation. How does he control
Oh,
the beast?
Hi, Zero.
It's not so much about control. You put him in the crawling chaos. You put something else in the crawling chaos, and well, chaos usually ensues. Dragons are, again, if that's what it is, pretty intelligent, so it might even have a deal with it. I don't know. For his less intelligent beasties, just plops it on in there. Maybe he doesn't feed it for a couple days, or gets it riled up and angry before shoving it in.
He does not actually care about the well-being of his beasties or what may become of them.
The only time I've ever seen him maybe bummed out, that's hard to say. Can't really tell with the dude. It's when one of his beasts get killed. I mean, I think what he does is he's creating fighting machines at that point, and them doing well is the important part. But yeah, I mean, I'd say if anything he cares about, it's his beasts.
I've noticed quite a lack of being able to find anybody who we fight in the arena. Would we be able to find this rancher of monsters?
Oh, yeah. Fred's not kept in waiting. I don't know exactly where Limbo is, but that's where Esmeralda keeps everyone on deck. Other people you could find, right? Yeah, let me get back on track.
Yes.
First, you didn't hear this from me. I'm just getting a little tired of this collective thing that Esmeralda's got going on here. It's either boring, or some of the stuff she does is
rather inhumane.
I could not have said it better myself.
Seeker just pipes up. You know it's a cult, right?
I'm wearing. Is this the first time Seeker has spoken?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry. So I was waiting for Chris, so I didn't say anything.
Nope. There's only one person.
He already did it to Seeker.
You got me trained now. Yeah, I've noticed it's a cult. That's not necessarily a problem. In the dome, you do what you got to do to survive. But I think I've made enough friends in here, and he kind of nods around at the bar, that I could take care of myself without the collective anymore. Other folks you want to find? There was a dragonkin roaming around. Now, I might be being racist or speciest or something, but I assume dragon and dragonkin. Maybe there's something there. It's a, goes by the name of Rot Scale. Kind of a scummy bastard, but maybe give you some of that reptile flavor you're looking for. Then there is Grix the Strix. She used to
Wait,
be an
what
arena.
was it again?
Grix the Strix.
Grix.
Used to be an arena fighter herself until she got retired. I think she's a little bitter about that one, so you might have some more dissidents there. If you are, again, I don't know anything about this dragon, but if you find out anything more about it, if it's a big one, I actually might even talk to Desmond. Desmond is the guy who does weapons around here. He's third party, but he's like a intermediary between us and Saltazar or Industrial City or town, whatever. He might not be too bad if that dragon had to get equipped with something. It'd probably be pretty damn big. There's I don't know how much he's gonna help you, but there's a guy goes by the name of Theseus, and
Can you spell that, please?
Yeah, whatever happened to names like Bob and Jim and Jimothy?
Fred is in this group, you bastard. And
Reich.
Theseus, I'm saying
Oven.
it wrong, but the spelling
LLC.
is Heseus. He's actually the fella that maintains the crawling chaos. He doesn't do all the the magical bull, but everything else he kind of maintains in there. Like, he curates the field, so he might be a good resource if you can talk him up. He likes to drink. He also likes to, well, never mind. Yeah, so you I think, you can definitely talk to Fred. Fred does like to boast about his beasties, but in terms of not putting like a prize in front of you, I wouldn't expect it.
Well, that was very informative. Thank you, Champa.
Yeah,
And
you got it.
I'm going to finish my milk and have a wonderful evening.
Are you telling me to have a wonderful evening, or are you finishing your milk and having a wonderful evening?
How about both?
Dustin.
All right. I'll Does anyone else have any questions for Champa?
I don't think so. He's answered what I had.
Okay. Where are you guys heading to next?
Is there a form of sleepery around?
Yeah. Actually, now that you guys have been a little bit more accepted in the community, you find you actually have more access to the collective than you did before. It used to only be a couple of tents here and there. Now there's more. It looks like either tents have formed or possibly spells have been lifted where you've gotten access to another tier. And there is there's like basically residents where the other people crash. They seem to be a little freeform. It looks like the collective isn't big on ownership, so like they just sleep throughout different tents and things like that. It's not specific to a single person or family unit or anything like that. There is like a hostel style, like bigger tent where people can crash. And again, it's not like an inn where there's a fee. It's just a tent that you can go and sleep in as long as you've got access to it. And there's a couple more areas, but for the most part, nothing overly exciting. But yeah, if you guys needed a place to crash, there is an unsecured location, basically.
Are you suggesting that we heal up?
Oh yeah.
I think that's
If we're to fight a dragon, I'm currently in no condition to do so. Unless I fight from afar. But it's not my way.
Oh, I hear they have very, very long energy breaths, so you'd have to be pretty far away.
Or just don't get hit.
About 120 feet, actually. I only know this because we talked about this before, before the stream. For anybody listening. All right. Well.
So I imagine we're heading
Sleep.
to some type of hostel or something. Does anybody have a preference or inn or something like that?
Well, you won't really find an inn there, and really, the only place you can find that is like the hostel. It's called the Bloody Tongue. Got a little sign outside the tent, says the Bloody Tongue.
Ah, so welcoming and inviting.
So as we actually go to like leave the like bar, Zero's going to hang back just a little bit and see if the party gets followed.
Yeah.
And use stealth to see if anybody is, well, more or less, like I said, following.
Roll me a stealth check to see if you can like disappear, like to get
there. 28.
28.
Yeah, I can auto check for a 28.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're able to slip kind of unobtrusively behind the group, and you make sure you're not being pursued. And you quickly see that the party is being followed. It's not stalked so much as there's always people with eyes on you guys wherever you're going. You're going to have a hard time being anywhere in the collective and unseen as a group.
All right. So I'm actually going to activate my optical camouflage and changing my stealth check to a 38. And I'm going to use sleight of hand on any non-collective members that are following. And basically I want to see if I can just steal any weapons they have, guns, knives, basically anything we could end up using to bartering if we need to the following day. Things I think would have trade value to people here.
So
it's literally gonna do what is it? So 7 rounds worth of stealing stuff.
Okay,
After 7 rounds,
I'd say you're able to hit probably a D6 of people. We'll give it a roll to see how many people are in your vicinity on your way back. 4, and I'm going to give them 4 perception checks as you slip a hand into their pocket. That's a natural 4. That's a natural 4. That's a natural 5. That's a natural 6. So nope, no one sees a damn thing. And in terms of what we have, there is a let's see, middle of the road. Someone is carrying a.
So my 4 rolls are 20, 34, 29, and 34.
Mine are all below 10, so you're good.
Well, I figured I'd roll sleight of hand as separate from the stealth.
Nah, you're fine. The first weapon you grab is a it's like a modified shield. It's real janky. The shield is basically a sheet of steel with jagged edges. Probably cut someone if you bash them with it. And like attached on the inside is a holdout blaster, where if you aimed the shield just right, you could pull the trigger and fire a shot. The blaster itself is a basic azimuth laser pistol, level 1. That's a piece of junk. And when you check the battery charge in the capacity, it's only got a single charge left. Again, this is mostly impoverished folks here in the dome. That was the first thing you find. The second thing you find is, let me see, I don't have like a weapon chart for Starfinder in front of me, unfortunately.
Hey, Chris, what was that weapon that we found that I took? I thought I wrote it
An
down.
archaic sword with what is it? The Vorpal.
It's called the Vorpal sword, and the Starfinder attribute is severe wounding is the attribute, I think.
So yeah, it crits on 17 to 20, I believe, right? That's what you said.
Yeah, crits on 17 to 20 and has the severe wound attribute. Let's see. Let's go for.
While we're like resting, or as we have rested, I'm spending 1 resolve point to regain my entire stamina
Well,
points.
if we're staying the night, you don't have to spend resolve points.
Yeah, so resolve point expenditure is when you do an hour rest or like a long.
10
10
minutes.
minutes.
Sorry, 10 minutes. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. It is shorter in Starfinder. It's just the 10-minute rest, and that just regenerates resolve. If you're doing a long
No,
range rest, resolve is auto back, and then your actual health goes.
I just double checked it. It's 1 hit point per level for an 8-hour rest.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if something happens during the night, I want to be prepared just in case. So
Okay.
Second item you
Pat, you're
find
muted.
is a flame pistol,
Pat,
which
you're muted.
has 20 petrol with it, which is like it's a full tank. The next weapon, I
You're
keep
still
rolling
muted.
same number.
I can't hear you.
You
Pat,
said
no.
20?
Yeah, 20 petrol is what it says.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
I was actually not muted. My cable came undone.
Nice try, Patrick.
We don't
I
believe
know,
you,
I'm
but
just kidding.
okay.
But my Tommy gun don't still. Weird.
Great song, by a
find-
great band.
You pull off a it's a flame doshko ember. It's like the weakest level of flame doshko. Doshko is like the like energy style axe that Brawl used to carry around. His wasn't energy.
Pat, right there.
But his wasn't the energy one.
His wasn't the energy. This one is a flame doshko. And then so I did roll something good. And then the
look
next one,
out when using them in like tight spaces. They're a bit difficult to get through them properly.
I don't know what this is. You're gonna have to look it up. But you find a Xeno Lash, immature. I don't know what that
I
is.
think that is a living weapon from the armory.
Well, you managed to pluck a Xeno Lash, an immature level 4 Xeno Lash. It's actually worth quite a bit of money. It's an analog weapon, which means it's just like it's physical. It can disarm, entangle, reach, and trip. So I'm assuming it's like a living whip is kind of what you find, and you pluck it from a dude who looks just like Indiana Jones, except if Indiana Jones was a half orc, or a hobgoblin.
Living Lash is what you said?
Yep.
Yep. All right. It's living, it's powered. It's got reach, thought, and it's unwieldy.
Yeah, so those are the things that you find.
Cool.
Now, everyone else, you guys go in, you're resting. I know that Dren is being a little bit prepared, so he's resting lightly. Anything you guys need to do in while the group is relatively alone? I assume you guys just covered it all, but you guys ready to heal up?
Yep.
All right. So as Chris stated, for an 8-hour rest, you for HP damage, you recover your level. Is it your level +1 or is it your level?
It's your level.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought it was your level +1.
No, it's your level. I was double checking.
Okay, so you each gain, if you took damage, your HP 7 HP. Dren, how much HP does that put you at?
15.
Okay, what's your total HP?
54.
Woof. Good luck fighting them dragons. I'm just saying.
I have healing
It'll be
serums.
fine.
You want some?
That I'd love some.
Okay. Well, the only problem is that we only have a few of them, and we can't really get any more right now. But here's one.
One will do. Thank
So I
you.
give him one. I have 5.
As
so
soon
now
as
I have
you go to give him one, Sheercat stabs him in the back of the neck with one.
Ah,
I got 2.
thank you.
And then
Yes.
immediately goes to sleep.
Make sure you're tracking your goods, because that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole point of this one.
I have 4.
All right, so you're gonna heal up.
What levels were those serums?
1.
Just the basic.
Okay.
So
1d8.
yeah, 1d8. So 2d8.
You can't use medicine to try to heal somebody like actual hit point wounds, can you?
No.
I don't believe so.
Damn, not without like a heal kit or something.
I got a 5 and a 6, so 11 points. I'll take it.
Not bad.
All right, so you just healed up a decent amount. Well, an okay amount. Everyone's stamina is regenerated. I don't think anyone else took as much damage as Dren, being
I'm
that
at full.
you got sleepy.
I mean, Sheercat did,
Yeah.
but she's going to be able to get it all back.
Oh yeah, no, I'm only missing 1 hit point. So
because you have damage resistance up the wazoo.
yeah, actually it just got better because I leveled up.
Yeah, my my resistance
It's
went up.
damage resistance that matches your base attack bonus. So,
Oh, hey, there is actually a way.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Read us them rules, J-Man.
A full
Actually coming.
24 hours, I think, is what Black Rabbit's saying. A full 24 hours, you get 2 hit points per level.
Right.
Yeah, so long-term care, you can use medicine to provide long-term care to a living wounded creature. It can take a day or more, requires a medical lab or med bay, so we don't think we have one of those. But
Right.
you can actually give people, you can make their, if you succeed at a DC 30 check, medicine check, you can actually increase it by double how much they normally would get back. It's kind of
If
nice.
you guys want to take a whole day of sleeping, I'd allow it. Things will happen in the background, but I'll let you know if you're
Yeah.
perturbed or
I
disturbed.
mean,
What
I
was
don't
that?
need to.
I don't think Dren would.
Hmm.
I don't even being down that much. I think he'd want to press on.
Okay. All right, that sounds good. Can I have you guys all roll perception while you do kind of get fitful rest, thinking about the graphic demise of the power force and
Absolutely.
the oncoming dragon?
Gonna be-
If it wasn't assumed, I
23.
imagine we would have somebody do a watch.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. You all roll perception. I'll have it checked against when you're
29.
on watch. What was that?
23.
29.
What is this, perception?
Yep.
18.
Sheercat and I will take first.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Like,
I was just trying to get ahead
I
of it.
thought you wanted to do some RPing. I wasn't going to suggest.
No, I was trying to avoid a 30-minute discussion of who's on first.
Seeker, what was your perception check?
13.
13. Let's see. All right. Everyone pretty much, so periodically people do pass by like the entrance to the tent. It's not a secure area. Again, you have some sort of stated protection from Esmeralda, whatever that actually entails, and supposedly backed by Saltazar. You guys are able to more or less, keep an eye on it, so no one gets in, except on Seeker's watch. His attention slips just enough that he misses someone sneak in. Not sure when or where. Again, tent's not super secure. Nothing untoward happened. However, on Terry's bed, there was a note left, basically kind of gently laid upon his sleeping form. And it just says, can you protect everyone? ? And that's all the form says. It's handwritten on like a junky piece of paper, like a napkin from a restaurant or something, or a diner. And the ink is like a dark viscous fluid. It could easily be blood, but it could also be ink, something you're just not sure of.
I mean, no.
Do you guys take it off of Terry before he wakes up? He's a deep sleeper.
Yes.
Yeah,
Who,
probably.
who finds it?
Yeah, who does find it?
I assume you'll all tell the group. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Well, if it were me, I would grab the note. If it were Seeker, he'd appreciate the note. If it were Sheercat, he'd ignore the note. If it were Zero,
No. Terry
coming from 30 miles away. If it were Dren probably doesn't care about Terry.
You know what? Who had the highest perception? Someone had a 29. Was that the highest?
Yeah,
It was me.
I had the 29.
Oh, okay. Then it was him.
Sheercat, you found it first.
Eats it, tells party, not Terry.
Oh, it was definitely blood.
Eats it anyway.
No. Just you taste it. You're like, yep, blood. That was blood.
Was it
I
good
mean,
blood?
did you see the milk he had?
Yep.
It had.
Do I gain its powers?
You gain its HIV. That's about it.
Ugh.
Add it to the
It's a
collection.
HIV mind.
Bug joke. All right, you guys are up and about. First order of business is not telling Terry about the threatening note left on his person. So that's
What
fine.
threatening note? Exactly.
Tracked.
So last night as we were coming back, I'm sure you all noticed that we were being followed, or at least you were. I lifted off the items I got and said, if we need to, we can go to I don't remember the guy's name, but somebody said they listed off some type of person who deals with weapons.
Desmond.
Yes.
Him.
Yes.
And we could potentially trade for upgrades.
We can.
Because
What
we
do we
may
have
all
to
be
trade
using
with?
level 1 stuff.
No.
Yeah. I'm down to go take a gander at his wares.
I would very much like to talk to this Desmond, at least for Reich Oren's sake.
We don't really have anything to barter with, though.
I
Still.
literally just listed all the stuff that I got.
Oh. I
Mhm.
wasn't listening. Sorry, my perception's really bad.
I mean, you did roll low.
Yeah.
So,
No objections?
no
Nope.
objections.
Go for
The
it.
party goes to Desmond. You guys just ask really quickly around to one of the collective members you pass by, and they gesture to in the back of this like residential area of tents. There's a slightly more solid structure. It's still a tent, but it looks like it's sturdier than the others. Like it has more poles set in. The door is more secure. Like the flap's kind of tied down. Does this one have a name? It probably should, right? We will call this one the Black Wind is the name of this tent. And as you guys approach, the flap opens and a rather stocky built figure comes out. It's a hobgoblin, which in Starfinder I think look a little bit more interesting.
No, they look
Stupid.
really bad.
Are they the ones that look stupid?
I was gonna use
Oh,
some really bad
no.
profanity and whatnot because it does look really, really bad.
All right. So hobgoblins in
stupid.
Starfinder literally look like a goblin head put on a regular humanoid body.
Tall humanoid body.
A long. I'll say this one's a little stockier because it makes me feel better because I hate this. But basically, you're looking at a taller, stocky, almost not Sob-esque face. Yeah, and they're wearing let's see, they've got earrings in their ears, like gold earrings. They've got like a leather tactical vest, and I'd say they got some weird discoloration on their skin, where there's maybe some yellow patches amidst the mottled green skin. And he grins a toothy grin at you all. And Seeker, give me a quick, not Seeker, I'm so sorry. Zero, give me a quick perception check.
All right.
Really, Dustin.
What is it with this party and not knowing which android is which?
You can't
They all
even
look
see
the
us.
same. They all look the same.
You all look
26.
You notice pretty quickly, this is the hobgoblin you stole that whip from. He's not a member of the collective, so he's not wearing the robes. He approaches, hands on hips, striking kind of like a authoritative pose, and he says, "Well, how are you now? Saw you lot coming plenty far away. What can your buddy Desmond do for yous?"
Well,
I was about to say
my
sure.
friend here is looking for an upgrade. Points to Rye.
Okay, when you say upgrade, I've got weapon
Literally
upgrades. Sure.
anything that you have in stock would probably be considered an upgrade.
Well, all right. We could go through my list of goods and sundries and all that wonderful stuff. But
What about small arms?
I got me small arms, not these fellas, of course. He waves his hands, which are creepily lengthy, and I don't like it. Puts them back on his hip. But I got your small arms, your long arms. I got bigger stuff if you like carrying it around. Know what I'm saying. I got your blades, big, small, short, tall. Energy. Oh, I got your Solarian crystals. He winks at the two Solarians. I got what you need, but in this interesting climate, I'm more interested in what you have to offer, and I'll tell you what you can get for what you got. Sound good?
Yes.
Seems like a fair trade. And I'll be honest with you, gents, I'm in a rare mood because my favorite weapon got nicked last night. I'm probably more amenable than usual for something interesting. If he has information on who's done nicked it, though, you let me know. I'll be all sorts of interested in that. His grin gets toothier.
So Zero will bring up the flame doshko
Um,
and the flame pistol and the laser pistol.
of course, I didn't actually take note of this. So the ember, right?
Yep.
All right, that's a relatively low level item. It's got like it's a level 2. We'll say it's a 750 value. What else you got?
The flame pistol, the one with the 20 petrol.
That's I think it's literally a flame pistol, right? Yep, it's another level 2 item. That's worth.
And then the laser pistol.
The azimuth laser pistol.
Yep.
Also ain't worth thinking about, but that's where actually, you know what? That's not awful bad. I guess.
I've got another one of those to put up for grabs.
Okay. And
And I take out a nice, shiny seeker trinket.
Ooh, that one came out really nice too.
did I miss anything from you? No, it's the 3 items, and I'm assuming you're not bringing the whip out. We've got another azimuth laser pistol. He looks at the sinker trinket and he says, his smile actually fades, and he says, "Boy, don't mess with me.
All right,
Not
and then
Desmond, the trinket dealer. I'm Desmond, the weapons dealer.
I tap.
Unless you want to show me
So-
on one of your friends here how that is a weapon, get out of here with that."
Foreshadowing.
So I'm gonna kind of signal to Rye. Basically, I want him to open a telepathic link.
How are you gonna? How
Yeah,
you
so
secretly tell me.
more or less, I'm gonna like point to my head and hope you get the picture.
I scratch. And after
And then
after
I
several-
then point to the other side to see if he scratches. And then I'm just gonna say, "You're missing it, right? It's right there."
10 minutes later, I finally open up a telepathic communication. What is on my head?
I wanted you to ask him what he would do if we could find his whip.
What he would do if he could find his whip.
I showed you earlier that I have what he's talking about, his favorite weapon.
Yeah, you want me to ask him?
Basically, well, if we find it and brought it to him.
Oh, I turn. Hey, what's the price on that whip? Just hypothetically.
Bounty. I haven't issued a bounty yet. That might be interesting. Tell you what. Bring me the whip. I'll make it worth your while. I'll give you I don't know how to publish this in game terms. Let me see if I can find nope, still not enough. I'm trying to find like a level that kind of matches what I'm trying to give you guys.
I don't wait for him to finish. I turn to Zero and I say, "Give it to the man." I'm kidding. Totally kidding. Totally kidding.
I'd give you a decent chunk of store credit if you could find my weapon. Say, I know credits don't mean much here, but I try to use it as a reasonable trade value when I can. I'd say I'd give you around 4,000 credits trade value, but I'd double it if you could tell me who actually done took it. In fact, I might insist to know where you found it, if you catch my drift. Not drift like space travel. I mean more like the subtext of I'm going to get straight up
I
murdering.
was actually confused. Thank you.
I could tell.
In my short time here, am I aware of any connections between this gentleman and the Lord?
No.
Praise Jeebus. No.
Well, no. However, they probably know each other just as based on his kind of his business seems like it might be tangential. So you might think that they are competitors or partners.
Yeah, because those two things are almost exactly the same thing.
Could be. Well, I mean,
Yeah,
again,
totally, man.
you're speaking to the one person that would know. So you don't know because you haven't asked this person.
Oh,
But like logically, not as big a place as it could be. Dome isn't that big, and they run a similar line of business.
okay. I wonder if I think internally, I wonder if there's a way to play the information I have on the Lord with this guy. And I ponder.
Zero, since he's still telepathically linked with you, what do you chime in with?
Um,
A lot of blanks.
no, more I was
And
going to say is ask him how much information if he
I
values
ask him whatever Seeker's saying, and however it
You mean
sounds
zero?
Zero.
the same. Yeah, I convey whatever he's asking.
Sure, Zero. What are you asking?
How much information is worth as far as credit goes? Besides the whole whip thing.
All right. Information, not really my field. As much as you can probably kill someone with the right information, and I respect that argument. I do. It's not really. I like the more tactile feel of the murder and the killing and the burning and the industry. There's got to be an industry. You know what I mean?
I know
It
a guy
really
like you
depends.
once.
Who do you have dirt on?
If I were to have dirt, I'm not saying I do.
You
Now
got
would not.
trinkets, not dirt, just trinkets.
They're worth more than dirt.
Are
As
they?
I tap Seeker approvingly on the shoulder. Then realize I accidentally tapped zero, so I looked the other way and him on the shoulder.
First Seeker goes, and his lines on his face turn yellow, and then they turn blue.
No. They would turn blue and then yellow because I got the wrong
Well,
one.
actually, what color is jealousy?
I don't. I think
probably
blue
like
is just a standard, right?
like a purplish, or maybe green.
It changes.
No, the
Envy,
better
green
question
with
is what
envy.
happens with your cat.
So I just say, I'm not. We were simply asking in hypotheticals.
Yeah, well, all right. If you had information on someone that I was quite antsy to get the drop on, which there ain't many folk other than whomever done took my whip. No, I think you're probably asking the wrong fella. They got this bloke over in Industrial Town. He'd probably be way more interested in your deets.
What if it were that gentleman? Hypothetically.
You got dirt on Lord of the Things?
I simply said, what if it were that gentleman? Hypothetically. I didn't even specify his name or nickname.
Dude's an enigma. But you know what? I don't mess with his kind. Homeboy smells of cosmos. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, they pay well
That
until they
Seeker
don't.
knows.
All right? That's all you need to know. They pay well until they don't.
I know about that.
Me too.
I would actually like to upgrade my Solarian crystal.
Yeah, I got crystals for you, bug. What you
Um,
got for me?
And so, pull up my little crystal. Yes, there's a couple weapon fusions that I might want to take back. Definitely want to take back. But basically, what I'm looking to do is upgrade to one that's about 3,000 credits more.
Basically, the way his money is going to work is if you've got weapons to trade, he
Mhm.
takes them straight for their cost. Straight cost. So better than a vendor because you're not getting
Gotcha.
half. Right now, you guys have some credit based on what Zero's turning in, whether or not
Mhm.
Zero's surrendering it to the group or not. Based on the 750 plus 470, plus the 2 azimuth laser pistols. You've got 1,920 credits.
I will be holding on to that second pistol.
And if you get his whip back for him and have some information, you're getting 4,000 to 8,000.
Oh,
Depends how good the info is.
Never mind then.
I'm trying to starve you guys for resources, so you can definitely barter up, but it's
I just don't have anything to barter with.
I know you carry nothing.
I literally get rid of all of my gold for a new heart.
Okay. So I'm gonna prod at this guy a little bit. I've been around this dome before. Perhaps I know somebody that you might have a problem with. Anybody of note from since the last time I was here?
You know,
let's not be murder hobos. Dren talks about murdering somebody.
No, not bringing up murder.
I'm not really in the business of making enemies. Making corpses, sure, but then most of the time, I know this is not the planet to say it, but they don't get back up again. You know what I'm saying? So enemies I don't really got, but wanted to, quid pro quo. Captain Smith, with whom I think you are acquainted with.
Quite familiar.
He, anytime we cross paths, he makes it a real pain to do business. He says that my weapons trade is immoral and unjust, and I think it's a crock of crap, mind you, but being the pillar of the community that he is, kind of hard to lay a finger on him without getting, et.
Where's old Smith? Where does he rest these days?
With Weston.
He's on, last I heard, and anyways, reason why I'm this far out, Water's Edge.
Oh, other side of the dome.
Yeah, he won't come to the collective, so I kind of like doing business here. He says everyone here is a bunch of garbage, basically. He did a stint in the arena. I don't know if he's back to doing that, but I think again you're more familiar with his escapades there. Last I heard, Water's Edge was his new stomping grounds.
Well, I think you've given me more useful information than I've given you.
I ain't no chump information trader. We're just John. I'm cool with that. I ain't gonna nickel and dime you. This is business. Business is building relationships, right?
Right.
You want to roll me a quick diplomacy roll? Did you brawl it?
You think you're worse than
the
brawl?
total is a 15.
Actually, 15 was the check. 15 was my.
Hallelujah!
What'd you roll to hit it?
4.
Oh, that's fine. You have.
But it's still kind of low.
He reached out and he gives you a hard pat on the shoulder. He's like, you know what? From one businessman, one entrepreneur to another. Word on the street is you guys are going into round 2, which means you're dealing with one of Fred's friends. Is that right?
Yeah. Apparently some real big beast.
Just so happens I have a large weapon order from our friend Fred. I'm just saying, a little bit of greasing. I might let you get poking at it, if you know what I mean.
Definitely. How about I follow up with Captain Smith, maybe in the next bout with Fred's beasts. Ivan, throw your shop's name across the airwaves.
I don't hate it. Sweeten the pot. Give me something that I can actually use for trade. And also, how you thinking of handling Smith? It's important. I need him to not interrupt me anymore. I'd like to travel into Water's Edge. because there's a lot of angry people there.
That's entirely dependent on what he does when he sees me.
Well, tell you what. I got a type of contract I can make folks sign when they owe. If you can get Captain Smith out of Water's Edge and make sure he don't go back there, I'd call that enough. I plan on leaving the collective anyways, if you catch my drift, so I'm not really worried about Fred's comeuppance. But I'd need you to sign my contract.
What do you get out of it other than the business in Water's Edge?
The business in Water's Edge, plus Captain Smith put in his place. And give me some odd sundry weapon, and I'll call it a day.
I've got that azimuth pistol.
Yeah. Well, when I spoop, it comes out as azimuth laser pistols. I'd allow it as a sign of good faith. Sign my contract. I'll let you into my tent. Just you, though.
Done.
Alrighty then. You folks go and play. Me and your friend will be a while.
That's fine. We'll go look for your whip.
Play safe.
Alright. Not going to make you do the headsets off. He takes you in. His tent has it's basically a giant weapons locker. There is a cot that folds away. Everything else is shelved. It looks like what is it? It's Boondock Saints, right? When they go into the weapons locker and there's just weapons everywhere and they load up. Basically, that's what you're looking at is just a locker or a tent, but full of weapons, hanging weapons on shelves. There's rope, of course. There's rope. There's
fucking rope.
Bigger weapons, smaller weapons, all sorts of stuff. Basically, he's a little weapons shop to himself. Also, the tent does appear to be covering a mobile structure. Like you walked into some kind of basically trailer, mobile trailer. In the back wall, there's a table. On the table, there's a very large box. And it's got like a label, just says to Frank on it. And when you pop it open, right, I guess when Desmond pops it open, the weapon inside of it, it's an Aurora arc rifle. It is quite massive. I don't know if it has a weapon guide for it, but it is a big one. Let me see if I can find the picture to kind of describe it. If I had to guess on how actual big it is, oh God. So the dragon is what? Quite long. It's probably 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, 5 feet wide. It looks like a giant rectangle of metal with some kind of plating on both ends for intake and outtake of energy. And then there's like a harness that's kind of next to it, which looks like it would go across the chest of a massive creature. Or I should say, in terms of game rules, a huge creature. You've got access to that. And he is going to... He's basically, he ignores you to go to a different table where you see him setting up some stuff. He gets a bit of paper and some kind of like dagger out and stuff he's kind of putting together on the table to get your contract together. So you basically have this time where he ignores you intentionally. It's very clear what he's doing to decide what you're going to do with the weapon.
Oh, okay. That is definitely a big one.
Do you need some time to think about it?
Sure. Yeah.
Also,
you said it's 10 feet by 5 feet by...
I don't know. I don't know the exact distance. It's in the dragon character art that you guys will eventually see. It's basically mounted on the shoulder of a dragon.
Right.
If it makes sense, it is a long arm.
It's a big weapon. I don't know like how to scale it is, and I'm sure my description's kind of garbo. But
is this something that is in the
yes
player's handbook?
Yep,
or...
page 176 at the very, very bottom.
It might be scaled differently for a dragon potentially, because this dragon is huge, which means they take up 3 by 3 squares.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
did say it
mounted on the
was
shoulder.
mounted on the shoulder, though, right?
Yeah, mounted on the shoulder. But it looks long on their shoulder. It's not like the Predator rifle as much as it's more like a Gundam gun cannon rifle. If you guys or cannon, I should say, if you're familiar with the Gundam series. If you want, like, you could do like a straight up like engineering check and see if you can maybe screw with its innards. But if you had like a more creative plan, I'd be willing to hear it. It's kind of what I'm looking for.
No, not anything more than that, I think.
All right. Go ahead and give me an engineering check. And again, do you have any grenades on you?
No.
Okay. How many? You probably don't even have any batteries, do you?
I have the because batteries are technically the ammo for the azimuth pistol.
Yep. Well, he took the laser pistol as payment.
Oh, okay, then nope. I have my Solarian weapon, and that's all I've got.
Yeah, give me like an engineering check and see what you can maybe get access to while tinkering with this thing.
Sure. Oh gosh, that was a brawl with no bonuses. So
with no bonuses.
Nope.
All right. Let's see. Is there any other bonus I can give to you while you have access to this weapon?
I can tell you what I do have. I've got sleight of hand, only a little bit that I might be able to work with. I could intimidate the gun. Perception, and that's stealth. That's really all I've got to kind of work with here.
Probably not.
I feel like you actually need to use diplomacy here.
Diplomacy with the
It was a joke.
Oh, diplomacy thing. Yeah, I don't with that poor of an engineering check. You can try and barter with Desmond again, but it sounds like you got nothing he'd want.
Yeah, I don't got jack shit.
I mean, he pops over. He watches you struggling, and he says, "If you don't mind me making a small adjustment to this contract you're about to sign, I might be able to do something for you, since it seems like you're out of your depths." That Captain Smith thing. One way to guarantee he doesn't come back to Water's Edge is if you maybe chuck him over the Water's Edge, permanent like.
No, I know what you're getting at.
I hope so. I'm not being very subtle.
I'm not against it.
I'm more asking if you're willing to sign in blood that you'll do it.
Okay.
Do you want headphones off for this?
No. So this is where almost I'm like sealing Dren's fate. Almost.
Think long and hard before you do anything, Nick.
Do I want to Do I want to die to the dragon or die to the party?
Dagron going to attack us with this big old cannon.
Yeah, I'll sign in blood. Let's do it.
All right.
Wait, what are you signing in blood?
So he puts out a contract. He makes a slight adjustment to the text on it, and then he passes.
Read that 3 times.
He passes you a writing utensil that has like so it's a pen, but where you normally would click it, it's a tube attached to a needle which you pluck into your arm. So it's like a hypodermic needle thing there where it's it'll drain your blood into the pen so you can sign this.
They did that in Harry Potter.
In blood ink, and it's basically just saying you have agreed to eliminate Captain Smith so that he can no longer return to Water's Edge or anywhere else. The contract language is pretty binding. There isn't any way out of killing him if you sign it. And in terms of the punishment for not completing the contract, you become property of Desmond. And there does seem to be, I think you're kind of getting the hint there, some magical undertones to this document.
I do have mysticism.
Go ahead and give me a roll.
You rolled like roll again.
This die has been doing really awful for me. I rolled a 5 for a total of 11.
Yeah, it's not gonna get it. I will say that again. The way he's doing it, there's definitely something arcane. He has weaponized this contract in some way. I would say you could make a guess that there's probably some sort of compulsion attached to this.
Right.
Where if you don't create it, you have somehow given away your will to Desmond.
No, I'm okay with this. Yep. I'm moving forward. I'm okay with signing it.
You sign off on it, and
I use my tail to sign off on it, just to clarify.
he shrugs. He admires your tail, but doesn't say anything. He unlatches one of the front areas, which is like a cooling area for the laser, and he puts 3 different grenades in there. Doesn't tell you what they are, but he finds compartments. They're small little guys, and he manages to find little areas where you can cram them in. He closes up the weapon's face and seals it, and he says, "Yeah, maybe don't be next to the dragon when it takes a pot shot there, bud."
Understood.
Yeah, I don't worry about getting proof of Captain Smith's death. Well, no.
I'm sure you'll see it on the and then I gesture up at the sky.
Oh, if you want to advertise it, then yeah, you do you there, boss.
There are little birds who might spread that for me.
You
I'm not commonly discreet.
I know, trust me, I know. When you're in your match with the dragon, make sure you advertise Desmond the weapons Desmond the weapon dealer. I'm not going to be here at this establishment anymore.
You'll be in Water's Edge.
I'll be on my way. Best of luck to you, bud. I hope you don't get done murdered by the dragon, because then I've wasted a lot of time.
Yeah, I don't really got anything for him. No snarky remarks from me.
Okay.
I start picking up this ginormous gun, and I throw it under one arm and start carrying it out.
Well, he grabs your shoulder. He's like, no, leave it here. My friend Fred will come and collect it for his pet. The pet will be wearing it during your match. If you have it, that would be awkward. So yeah, leave it with me. I'll take care of it. Trust me, I've got more value to seeing you alive than dead there, bud.
Sure.
All right, and as you guys walk out, rest of the party, is there anyone you want to talk to in the last 8 minutes of the episode?
I do want to ask Fred. So who's Captain Smith? Considering we were all talking about it before, not because you got.
I'll come back to that if someone else wants to do something at the same time, because he wouldn't be in the same room. There's a bit of a time difference. Zero, what was up?
I was going to suggest that Rye make him believe that we acquired the whip from some random person.
So he's gonna need more than random person. You're gonna have to give a name.
Oh yeah, that one's on you, pal.
Yeah. Basically, if you want to get rid of this weapon to him, you need a scapegoat.
Yeah, I'm not going to suggest I know a name. I'm going to give him a description of somebody that I stole one of the other weapons from. But I was going to have Rye do it, because obviously androids aren't convincing.
Yeah, you wouldn't be getting the bonus, but you'd be getting some credit with him if you did it that way.
It would need to be someone we don't like.
Again, I was going to say one of the people that was following us.
Yeah, but I don't know who that was. I don't have that information.
What I'm saying is, Michael, if you want to make it so that you literally make this person a scapegoat, you could easily sleight of hand, check their wallet, get their digis, and you could literally report that name to Desmond. You are actively creating a scapegoat, and you know for sure Desmond's not going to treat this person too nicely. But if you want to earn the bonus, that's basically what you're doing. It's quite unscrupulous, though.
I'm fine with it. All the people following us are clearly murderers. Or
Clearly.
intend to murder us.
Not necessarily.
I mean, you can.
We came across people who were following us before, and they weren't trying to murder us.
They could steal the token. That's how Dren did it. You don't have to kill the person who owned the token. It's up to you. Do whatever
Yeah,
you
no,
want.
I would. Yeah, no, I'll go attempt to do that.
All right, go ahead and give me just a quick stealth and sleight of hand check. I don't
All
think they've got high rolls depending on. Well, you know, I'll say you picked one that's a little sloshed at the bar, so their rolls are going to be even lower.
All right, so what is that? 38.
Yep.
38 for stealth, and then sleight of hand 28.
Nope, and nope. Yeah, it does not have any idea that you're there. You pluck a wallet, and then you find. Let's see. Do I have a name built in for this? Now we'll call it that you.
And while I'm there, does he have any weapons to steal?
I'd say probably just like a pocket knife or something. And you picked out. It's his name is Garibaldi. And he is let's see, what's another kind of monstrous race?
Dragonkin.
Well, we already got that rot scale dragonkin that you guys
That's
might have
right,
chatted
okay.
with. I'll go ahead and say that you pick on a goblin. That seems like something Zero would do, right?
I mean, if it's yeah.
Oh, you were looking for one of the people that were following you, right? So one of the guys you kind of already basically robbed. You know what? I'll say this instance it was a human. Because the monstrous races were mostly from people in the collective. The non-monstrous races would be representatives of people following you. So yeah, I'll say Garibaldi, a human, looks like he was a dock worker in a past life, if his ID is accurate. He was one of the people following you menacingly, and yeah, that's the name you guys can report back to Desmond.
Actually, I suppose I just what is it? I throw the ID with the whip.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys approach back to Desmond's tent unless anyone else wanted to stop anywhere else really briefly.
I wasn't involved in whatever shenanigans Zero just did.
No,
I
Zero
imagine
didn't
I
do
did
that.
it myself.
Zero popped off, popped back, says, let's go see Desmond. Y'all go back to Desmond as Dren walks out with the hobgoblin. And yeah, so you pass the whip and ID over to Rye. Is that what you do, Zero?
Nope.
I mean, at this point, I would just throw the ID and then put the whip on the table.
Desmond kind of looks over it and he says,
Everybody's treating me like I'm a goddamned operator.
No, we were attempting to use you as our leader and
Just
spokesperson.
plug it.
yeah, all right. He grins a nasty grin and he says, Garibaldi, eh? All right. You got a little bit of credit at the shop. Pop in the tent. I don't care if you're going as a group at this point. Hands off anything that you ain't buying, though. And I'll be watching you. You've got 8,000 credits worth of shopping to do in there.
Shit.
Now, is that including the other stuff too, or no?
Nope. If you wanted to trade in your other stuff, you can add the credit value for those items. I'm going to let you guys do that off screen. That's something that you guys can do as a group via Hangouts if you want. You are basically going to go through and do the Boondock Saints scene of shopping with 8,000 creds, which will disappear faster than you think if you're looking at higher level items.
How high can we go?
3 above
How
your
high
level.
can I go? Because
Your
I'm
level
going to buy
plus
something and
2 for a well-developed city, or your level plus 1 otherwise.
Yeah, it's going to be your level plus 1, so you can go
Oh, I
up to
thought it was
level
3.
8 weapons.
Even the next jump is like from like 400 to like a good handful of thousand.
more or less, I'm going to pick a weapon and then you guys can fight over the rest.
Yeah, you guys figured out off screen, but we'll end tonight's episode a couple minutes early. But just so we have like an off-put scene, basically you walk in, Dren basically walking back in, like, okay, was just here, and you've got this layout of weapons. You got your grenades that catch Rye's eye. You get different varieties and tensile strengths of rope hanging from the ceiling. There is a nice chest with different Solarian crystals that Sheer-Ket peruses. Seeker, I don't know what Seeker looks at. Probably all of the pretty colors.
Laser rifles.
Okay. So you guys all kind of spread out in this tent. and Desmond reattaching his living whip to his waist, and he grabs a hat from off the wall, puts it on, and it's very much like the Indiana Jones style hat. Says, "Didn't feel right wearing it without my whip. Good to be whole again, boys, and it feels good to be in business. May this be a long, long, lucrative partnership." Yeah. When you guys are done, though, take care of our friend Garibald. Thanks for that.
Who's Garibald? I look around.
Don't you worry about it, sweet cheeks.
It wasn't supposed to be answered. It was just like the fading out.
He Porky Pigs back through the fading hole. Don't you worry about it. And we will wrap up tonight's episode as we are about to get ready to move into the after party. Next week, I will force the dragon fight. You guys triggered one of 4 possible things you could have done to help you out with the fight. Y'all are screwed. Good luck with that. Yeah, check out that for next week, which we will do.
No, not next week. Again.
Ooh, thank you. That's right. I'm so sorry. Next week is going to be Justin running the show. On the following Tuesday, we'll be back to the dragon fight, which again, I'll definitely make sure it does happen on screen then. Only because I don't want to give you more time to screw around with it.
What if I ran the dragon fight? I should do that.
Ooh, shnikes.
Yeah.
The dragon.
I'm going to run the dragon fight, and it's going to be
the dragon
a piece
does.
of cake.
The dragon
And we're
was
not gonna have
impressed
to worry
with
about it.
Seeker's
The
art,
dragon does.
and he decided to leave peacefully.
The dragon is Captain Smith.
I don't even care if you guys did run the dragon fight. We'd have to talk about it, but it's a pretty easy encounter to run.
Yeah.
It's going to murder you. But I was going to do it a little bit more boss fighty. So it's up to you. We can talk about it. We'll chat about it during the after party. For now, I just want to remember everyone, come back, hang out, make a lot of fun of Justin as GM next week. And up until then, just remember, unlike I guess I won't be remembering, never split the party.
Yeah, Justin.
Yeah, Dustin.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize
Leaving
for
us
next week already.
It's going to be fine.